Hey there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do product analytics on your data in Neon using Fabi. So we'll go through a quick overview of why you may want to do this, and then I will show you a step-by-step process of actually connecting Neon to Fabi. We'll work through that together. And then once we've connected Neon to Fabi, we're going to build, do analysis and then turn that into a dashboard in Fabi using our AI. It's all going to be very simple and very, very quick. So first of all, why would you want to go and analyze your Neon data? Well, if you're using Neon, there's a good chance you may be using it for a variety of reasons, and in which case what I'm going to show you today is broadly applicable. But if you are using Neon, there's a very good chance that you are building an application, you're an engineer, a founder, a product manager, and you want to go and analyze some of your user and customer data. I'll take Fabi as an example. Fabi, we use Postgres to power our application, and we have information about our users, about the orgs, about a concept called smart books and dashboards. So we have all of that in Postgres, and so it's really important for us to be able to analyze it to understand user behavior and customer behavior and inform our roadmap and our overall strategy. So there's a very good chance that you're trying to do that as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in and see how we first hook up Neon to Fabi. So first things first, if you don't already have a Fabi account, go ahead, go to Fabi.ai, and then there's a little link there, or you just go to app.fabi.ai and log in you can use Google, for example, log in. It takes a whole 2 minutes. And then during that onboarding flow, you will be you'll be asked if you want to connect a data source, so you can kind of follow that flow if you want. It'll be very similar to what I'm showing you here. Or if you've kind of already gone through that process, or if you already have an account, you will be looking at something like this. And if you're not, just menu on the left-hand side, and create a new smart book, and you'll be looking at a smart book. A smart book is where you do anything from ad hoc analysis to exploratory data analysis to building dashboards and workflows. This is kind of like your canvas. Now, to connect Neon, what we have to do is in the left-hand side here, and you can also go here to connect a new data source, but I'll just go here on the left-hand side, click on data source, and you'll see a button called add data source. So click that and look for Neon. You can search for it. It appears right here. And then you'll have to enter this information. If you already have this on hand, just enter it here, hit submit, and you can skip along. If you don't have this, then I'll show you how to get this information. Let's go into Neon. So this is Neon. Before I do the connection, just one quick note is I have some data already loaded in Neon. It's all synthetic data. It's dummy sort of product analytics, or product data, I should say, that has orgs, which you probably have some similar construct. We have our users, and we also have like widgets. Widgets is just a sort of like dummy thing that I've created here to represent an object or an entity that may be powering your application. So this is the data that we want to analyze. But again, first we have to connect Neon to Fabi. So let's go back to our dashboard in Neon. And from here, you should see something that says connect you to your database. So hit connect. And quick disclaimer here is I'm going to reset this password and get rid of these credentials after this video. So I'll show you everything here. So you will see a string like this, and we just have to do a little bit of parsing. So what we're going to do is first we want to add the host. So the host is everything after this @ all the way up to this /. Okay. The port should be 5432. If you configure Neon to be on a different port or something, then you may need to change that, but by default it should be on 5432. Now we're looking for the username, which should be everything after these double slashes here and the colon. There we go. The password is what keeps getting hidden here, so let's just copy that. And then the database name is right here after this / before the SSL mode. Okay, cool. We're connected. So this may take a minute. In my case, it probably should just take a few seconds because I have very, very little data. If you have a lot of data, it may take a few minutes, and you will get an email once it's done connecting. But here we go. We have our data. We can see our orgs, users, widgets, and the playing with Neon table. And once you're connected, you should see your data source appear here in the AI chat as well. Okay, great. So we're ready to get started. Let's start analyzing and exploring our data. So I can say, for example, what data is available in Neon. So if you just want to start there, you can start there. On the right-hand side, this is our AI analyst agent. It will use tool calls and it will look at your schema and your data and all that kind of stuff to answer any of your questions. And you can see here, it's giving me a summary. So we have our orgs, users, and widgets. Okay. Now I can say, for example, which users have the most widgets. While the AI is running here, I will also note that you can pick whatever model you want. So we really like Claude Sonnet 4.5 as of fall 2025 here. We find it's a very good model, but we keep updating with the latest models as well. Great. So I have my data here, but what if I want to plot this? Create a chart. So you can just keep asking questions here. As a matter of fact, quick tip is that you can go to full screen mode if you want. Just kind of chat with your data like you would with ChatGPT or Claude or any other LLM. And then once you have the data that you want or the chart that you want, you can go ahead and save this because, again, the goal here is to, well, one, if you just want to analyze this as is, then that's fine. You can just do an ad hoc analysis. Or if you want to turn this into a workflow or a dashboard and you want to go and save this chart. So to do that, you just hit Pin to SmartBook, and that will add the code blocks that have been used to create this chart on the left-hand side. So here you can see, for example, I have my SQL cell. It wrote the SQL query. It's querying the user table from Neon. It's storing everything as a Python data frame, effectively a Python table, and then it's plotting this. And right now it's showing me the top 10 users, but I can go and change this manually if I want. So I can, I can start asking additional questions here or follow up. So I can also say, show me total number of users by org and show which orgs are paying customers. Okay, very cool. So here I can see that I have a chart that shows me the total number of users by org, which ones are paying, which ones are not paying. So like maybe I want to go and like talk to the companies that are using our product that have a lot of users but are still on the free plan and understand like why. So if we like this, again, we can go ahead and pin to SmartBook and it will add the code here. Now, if I don't like this color or I don't like this chart or whatever, I can say, change the orientation and change the green to red. So this is where you can ask the AI to do whatever you want. Another quick tip here while the AI is working is that you can configure the semantics in the source. So here under Neon, just click on the three dots and say edit semantics. You can drop some information here about your product or your data or any other context you think might be helpful to the AI. You can also here click AI settings and personalize the AI behavior. So if you want the AI to use your brand colors, you just tell it here. If you want the AI to understand how you like to think or how you like to look at charts and all that kind of stuff, just add it here, and that would be used as additional context. So going back to our analysis here, we can see our chart. Okay, this looks great. I'm going to go ahead and pin that to the SmartBook. And it will, I think this will replace this chart here because it understands I'm trying to replace this chart. Great. Now let's maybe select one last thing. Let's say, show me total cumulative users created over time. Maybe we'll just create like one last chart here in this tutorial. But hopefully you kind of get the idea of what you're able to do. Another quick tip here is that this linear view is great for people who are familiar with Jupyter notebooks or notebooks. If you're not, that's totally fine. But another view that you might find helpful, just a different way of looking at the SmartBook, is by toggling over to the workflow view. This is really cool because it will show you how everything's connected together, and you can see which queries are powering which charts. So personally, I really like this view. Actually, I find it really helps me understand like exactly what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, great. So I have my cumulative chart here. I'm going to say pin to SmartBook. Let's go ahead and add that. Oops, a little overlap. Let's go ahead and clean that up. Okay, there we go. So now we have a new query. and we have our chart showing total users created over time. So now you can keep building out this analysis. You can keep building more charts. You can customize them against all Python, so you can do really crazy, cool things here. And once you have your the charts that you want and the tables that you want, you can turn this. Well, one, you can just share this with any coworkers. You can simply go up to share, enter their email address, and invite them to Fabi, and they will be able to see this analysis as is. Or you can also turn this into a dashboard. So to turn this into a dashboard, click on Schedule and Publish. And now you're effectively in your staging area. So this is where you can move things around. Let's, for example, just hide these tables. Let's say we don't want that. Perhaps we want this. We want this chart. You want to put these charts on the same. There we go. Let me just maybe expand this a little bit. There we go. And I can add additional notes here, right? So I can say users, widgets by users. I already have the title here. It's still a bit redundant, but chart, showing total widgets by user, and so on and so forth. So you can keep adding notes. You can also add a text cell if you want. If you go back to the Smart Broker workflow, you can add a text cell explaining what the dashboard's doing. But again, it's where you can sort of configure whatever you want, and then you can schedule this to run at a whatever cadence, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, or not at all. And then once you're done, you've set up the dashboard to exactly what you want. You just hit finish and view report, and this will then publish a dashboard that, again, you can share with anyone on your team. So that's it. And you can see here how, again, if you're a product manager or founder or an engineer using Neon for to power your application, or really for anything else, you can connect it to Fabi, and it's really just like dead simple to go and do your analysis and turn this into dashboards or workflows. We didn't talk much about workflows today in this video. We have other videos where we talk about how you can then send your data and AI summaries to Slack or email. You can even push your data back to Google Sheets, for example, if you have a finance team that works there, or a CS team, and so on and so forth. So a lot of cool things you can build. I'll add some links to all the information that I shared here and some additional documentation in the video notes. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at any time at support@fabi.ai. And if you found this video helpful, please give us a like and a follow.